Hi guys, I just wanted to share with you my top tips and activities for entertaining your toddler whilst on lockdown or quarantine or self-isolation, whatever you're calling it. These are just the tips and the activities that we've been doing with my 20-month-old, almost 21-month-old actually, little boy named Leo, to help us stay sane and keep active, keep doing things, because it is tough when you've got a toddler especially. Leo is particularly an active toddler, and it's just made us realise just how much he needs to get out and about, but obviously we can't do that at the moment. My husband is actually unwell at the moment as well, so we are in self-isolation for probably about a week now. So I hope you enjoy this kind of thing. If you like it and if you have any other ideas, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. So my first tip is actually to make a list or like a plan of what you're going to do that day. Now for a toddler or a small child, you're probably not going to need any more than half an hour for each activity, because their attention span isn't going to last that long. I'll show you our plan for today and just talk you through it. We actually wrote this plan last night with Leo, just so he could have an idea of what the day was going to entail. So we mentioned, obviously, we're going to get up and have breakfast, and we asked him what he would like, and he said he'd like pancakes. So I prepared everything last night, so it was just a smooth morning for us. We got dressed, cleaned his teeth, we were all ready, and we just let him have a bit of free play while myself and my husband got dressed. And then at 9 o'clock this morning, we did our first activity, and this was like a sensory setup that we made last night of the Very Hungry Caterpillar book. He really enjoyed this. I'll insert some clips now just so you can see what kind of thing I mean. We did some arts and crafts. Now I actually gave myself up to an hour for this because Leo absolutely loves sitting and painting and drawing and sticking, all that kind of stuff. So this wasn't just one arts and crafts activity. He actually done stickers, he did some watercolour paints, and then we cut up some little pieces of paper and had some pom-poms and stuff like that. I'll show you what we got up to. I'm just pasting on some PVA glue onto a picture from his colouring book so that he can just stick on the little bits that we've cut out. We got this little dinosaur activity pack from the QD stores. It's got 3 colouring books in and a reusable sticker book, and it's absolutely brilliant. Another one of our favourites is the Magic Painting book. We actually got this dinosaur one from the National History Museum when we took Leo in January. It's absolutely brilliant because there's no mess, it's just water. At 10 he actually went down for his nap, and he has just woke up now at 12 for his lunch. Now after he's had his lunch, I'll clear everything away and we'll start our second activity. He's actually got some heads and towels puzzles that we were bought as a gift for Christmas last year, and he absolutely loves it. It's really brought his vocabulary along because there's lots of different animals and objects in the activity. So we'll get out some puzzles and we'll just have a little play for half an hour with those. What's this one?
Jump, jump.
Jump, jump.
Jump, jump.
Is it a kangaroo?
Yes.
Yes, well done. Some books, and we're going to sit down. I'm going to make sure that the TV is off on this, just because I'm not competing with Andy's Dinosaur Adventures to try and read him a book. I just like him to be focused on the book, and we'll do that. And then at 2 o'clock, as I say, we are in self-isolation at the moment, so we're actually going to go out in the garden for some playtime. And I have got some seeds and stuff in the cupboard, so I think we're going to dig out the front and clear the front out a little bit, and we're going to let him plant some seeds with us. I think he will really enjoy this. Then around about 3 o'clock, we're going to come back in, and there is a movie that Daddy has picked out that he'd like to put on. So we're going to have a movie of How to Train Your Dragon. I don't know which one it is, but we've seen it on the TV. We're going to watch that, and I'm going to prep and cook some dinner, sort of get it all ready and do a little bit of cleaning. I'm still trying to disinfect lots of things just to try and prevent the spread of the virus in this house. So we'll see how we get on with that. 5 o'clock, we have our dinner. And then after dinner, whilst we're clearing away, we'll let him have some free play so he can just play with his toys in his teepee, stuff like that. Then at 6 p.m, we start our bath and bedtime routine as normal. Leo goes down to bed at 7 or 7:30, depending on how tired he is. Now, a few other ideas for activities. One of the ones that we love, I have got some still shots that I've taken off of my Instagram because I have shared these on my highlights, is the colour game. So I put out a few different sheets of coloured paper, and I'm just quickly run around the house and grab a few objects that are matching those colours, and we put it all in a box. And we then let Leo match the item to the coloured paper. So I'll insert some photos now so you can see what I mean. This has really helped Leo with his colours. He's come along so much since we've been playing this game, so I'd really recommend that one. Another activity that he has really enjoyed is some water play. So what I did is I set up some towels on the floor in the kitchen with a bowl of warm soapy water, and we gave all of his dinosaurs a bath. I gave him actually a clean paintbrush and let him brush the animals as well with it, and he really enjoyed this. This kept him entertained for quite a while. Another activity that we've done in the garden, it's still a little bit cold for having a full-on water play in the garden, so I actually filled up a little bucket with some water and gave him a paintbrush and let him paint the fence and paint the patio. Another activity that we've done that was quite a sensory activity was I cut up some coloured wool. I had a blue wool, so I decided to make it into a sea scene. Now we had some felt like sea life stickers that were in one of his books, so I hid that into the felt, into the wall, and then we let him kind of search through and find it. He loved this, and he actually played with the little strings, or the little worms as he liked to call it, literally all day. He kept going back to it, so I will show some images of that now.
Life was dull until you came. I was breathless when we first met.
Now, if you've got some pom-poms lying around, or you're able to easily access some, you can use these for so much. For example, I put lots of the pom-poms into a whisk from our kitchen, and he sat pulling them all out and putting them all back in again, and he loved this. And this was a really good activity for whilst I was trying to cook the dinner when my husband was quite unwell. So this is a good one that you can pull out the bag at any time. Another one that you can do with the pom-poms is if you've got a box, you can cut some holes in it and just let them push the pom-poms through, empty the box, and then start all over again. He also really enjoyed this activity. We actually did this activity with a empty toilet roll just taped to the wall with masking tape, and he put the balls through. Another great activity is to do some baking or cooking with your little one. I think it's really important to introduce them to the kitchen at a very young age. I'm particularly fond of refined sugar-free baking, so perhaps I could share some of my recipes with you, or some of my favourites at least. And cooking-wise, I mean, he is still very small, my little Leo, so things like making our own tortilla pizzas where he can do the toppings have also been really great. Now, all of my activities so far have been with things that I already have indoors. I haven't bought anything extra. Luckily, we haven't obviously been out and spent lots of money on activities. So hopefully these sort of ideas will be something that you could do the same, and they're very inexpensive. I hope that you found this video interesting and helpful. If you've got any other ideas that you have, please let me know, because I'd love to hear them. I mean, we're all in this together, aren't we? So if you're giving anyone even one idea, then there's got to be something that we can all share. If you like this kind of thing, please let me know and subscribe, and I'll continue to make this content. Bye, guys.